Hey everybody, I'm Will.
I'm Sam.
And I'm Adam, and we are
Working Title. People, we are back for another episode of Vinland Saga, Season 1, Episode 13, Child of a Hero. Last on, boys, what happened in Vinland Saga?
Our boys took Canute to
Wales.
And
Steve Welsh.
Askeladd might have some relatives over there.
relatives, comrades,
Connections.
friends, family, we don't know. But they are going through the mountain range to avoid Thorfinn.
And they were ambushed.
Yes, they were ambushed by another
By who?
Wales
We don't know.
kingdom.
Guess we're gonna find out.
Yeah. So guys,
Guys, if you like this video, leave a like, hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you know when we drop more Vinland Saga reactions. Comment down below what you think about our video and the reaction and the episode and all the good stuff. Comment good morning. Say hi to us.
Top of the morning.
And if y'all want to check this out 1 week in advance, along with JJK, Full Metal, Star Wars Visions, Squid Game, and
a silent voice.
Silent
Is it still
Voice.
on there?
Yeah,
Yes, it is.
It's still on there. If y'all want to check that out, hit the link in the description. It really helps us out. We appreciate all the support we get on there.
And it's not a market substitute. Go on whatever anime streaming service you prefer. Watch Vinland over there first. Come back to YouTube. Watch your boys' reaction. All right. Love you guys. Punch it.
Oh! Wait, we can do one. Oh.
What? What?
Oh.
Did we skip an episode, or was this just like...
That's the 13th Child of a Hero. Oh, is that Canute?
Looks like it.
No, this is Askeladd's story. I guarantee it, because that's the dude we met already.
You think?
Mother Lydia, his eyebrows. Askeladd's
Oh, yeah.
eyebrows.
So his mother is from Wales. Okay.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Oh, I couldn't read that. Freaking A.
Got some Viking metal.
Saxon.
Anglo-Saxon.
Let's go.
Wales. Iceland.
Oh boy. Oh boy. That's not looking good.
Vinland.
That looks better.
Whoa.
Hey!
King Canute.
Oh wow. Baby Canute.
Oh well, Ragnar's dead.
Frick!
I didn't really like him anyway. So
Yeah,
it's
same. I'll be honest. Oh!
Oh snap. The mountain.
Oh, that's Bjorn!
Tournament arc in the snow.
Maybe. Man, he's fucked up. Uh-oh.
That's not good
They
either.
disappeared. Is that his home?
No. Probably, I don't know. They moved to a full Wessex.
統治の制圧も時間の問題かと思われます。
Oh, the rest of England,
早けれ
yes.
ば、クヌート殿下率いる法律は、トロケルの一団に撃破された後、
Freaking mammoth
アル
of a
バに
man.
保産との情報も入っており、世の大事の息子だ。状況が分かり次第、すぐに伝えよ。はっ
Looks like something's wrong with the king's eyes. Did you see that?
In the shadows.
3D for what? Look at that.
Here we go. Oh.
ブリケイニオグのご使者よ。ほう、我らの言葉を話すか、万人よ。貴様らデイン人は言葉の通じるけだものだと聞いていたがな。兵を引け。朝、デイン人相手にことを構えても、我らウェールズに益はない。
Oh, maybe just men who don't agree with having the Norse here.
ウェールズつぶさに見てきたぞ。この10年で3度、かの国と休戦協定を結び、それらをことごとく破ってきた。
So they ain't gonna trust.
どうせ茶番です。ごねてみせて出方を見ているんでしょう。ヤギも狼の皮をかぶらねば草むら
Damn.
Nice.
Yeah, him.
教えるのか、お前の計画を。
それもいいでしょうが、茶番がやりたいなら 少し付き合ってやるのも一興かと。
So like give up Canute for a little bit. Yeah.
Poor kid.
Oh God.
Oh, come on, Canute.
さあ殿下、一発景気のいい
Say something spirited. Oh.
何でもいいんですよ。あなたが言えば奴が金玉縮み上がって道を譲るでしょう。
Oh, this kid's gonna crumble under the pressure. There's no way.
I think that's his plan. Yeah.
Ah.
殿下殿下は人前で話されるのがお嫌いなの
Oh
だ。
my God. What is he supposed
わ
to?
しがありません、ラグナル殿。
Hey. Kid didn't choose to become one of the powerful people.
この王子、果たすべき責任がございます。
Yeah.
今
Stop
この場にいる
coddling
全ての
this
者
kid, man.
貝みてえに押し黙ってて、スベン王の跡目が務まるとお思いですか。
Yeah.
It's true. Somebody has to.
貴様らに殿下の何がわかる。王宮は親子兄弟が相食らう狐の巣だ。病がちだった殿下がその中を生き延びるのにどれほど苦労なさったか。
Sickly.
お心を殺し息を殺し目立たぬようにして今日までやってこられたのだ。それでも次々貴様らのようなやつばらが殿下を利用せんとすり寄ってくる。
Ragnar really cares for this kid, which
Yeah,
is
he
kind of
does.
sweet.
Yeah.
わきまえよ。殿下がどのように振る舞われようとも貴様ごときが口を出すことは許されん。
If you want to get out of this alive.
クヌート王子は何と言っておる。
Come on, kid,
ブラ
you
テ
got
ィアン
this.
ス殿、彼らに計画を伝えます。
Shit.
よかろう、私も行こう。やろうもその場で待て。
What do you think their plan is?
I don't know.
Any ideas? I'm clueless.
お言葉ごもっともです。殿下もどうかご容赦くださいませ。
Thorfinn's like, when do I get my fight?
This freaking kid.
Yeah, exactly.
He's protecting himself. He's like, you're gonna get me killed, kid.
Yeah.
だっせ
Yeah.
お前本当に俺とタメか
Wow, the music in this episode is awesome.
Yeah,
It's
it
so
is.
good.
あの男、ラグナルと言ったか。はっ。ひな鳥もいつかは巣立つということを知らんな。
Yeah.
ではかえってひなに良くない。
I wonder, is the plan just to get this Canute to be king? Like, faster?
You
May-
think?
Maybe
A peaceful
also,
king?
yeah, maybe also like help better guide.
兵に守られねば話もできぬと思われては我が王家のはずだ。
They're gone secluded so they can talk about this plan in private.
Yeah.
もっとだ。その5倍離れろ。
5 times
他の者にも
more.
伝えろ。
I love the respect of these three dudes right now.
書簡で突然領内の通行許可と兵糧を求められてもね、二つ返事はできないんだよ。
Yeah.
弱小といえど対面ってものがあるからね。我が王家にも。
見返りについて証述しないのは機密保持のためと記したはずだが。
ええ、読みました。その機密
Looks
につ
like
いて。
He-Man with that
Freaking, I
haircut.
like it actually.
一ついいかな。俺の提示する見返りの内容によっちゃ戦闘になることもあり得るかね。あ
War.
デンマーク王を怒らせようものならこんな小国などひとたまりもないのはよくわかってる。
失礼した。いや何確認したまでさ。
Wow. He's plotting to betray Denmark.
ウェールズの言葉を話せるなんて知らなかった。
Oh, Bjorn's getting sus.
Yeah.
一番子さんのあんたにも知らねえことがあるんだな。バカ言え。知らないことばかりよ。知ってることといや、野郎がデンマーク人だ
Oh,
ってこと
is he
で。
not? Is that correct? You think?
He is. He said his mom's from
十
here.
何年も一緒にやってきて何も話はしねえ。
He never tells me anything.
なんだ、拗ねてんのかでけえ図体して。うるせえ。
Oh boy.
喧嘩なら買うぞ。心情がどうでも、俺はついてるぜ。
Let's go. Let's freaking go. Bjorn doesn't feel that way though, dude.
No.
He's like a true ass Viking.
Are we not gonna know?
No.
にわかには信じがたい。
直系のリディア様の子だ。このアシェラッドには我らローマンケルトの偉大なる指導者の血が受け継がれている。
Okay.
I think Askeladd's like royal.
すると貴殿は
No, so that's what he's just saying. Askeladd is
ウェールズとデーンの根血だ。
mixed Danish
シ
and
ゴラ
Welsh
フはか
blood.
つてウ
Olaf
ェールズ沿岸を略奪
Conquered
し
the west of
その
Wales.
際生まれたのが俺だ。
Wasn't Olaf a king of Norway?
古ブリタニアの軍神の血脈は絶えたと聞いていた。
So he is part of the bloodline of.
アルトリウス公の子孫だと。
Tories.
アルトリウス
Holy shit.
5世紀から6世紀にかけて活躍し
Indian
た
army.
イギリス先住ケルト人国家ブリタニアの軍団総指揮官である。
Oh my gosh.
後世に語り継がれアーサー王伝説の原型になったとされる人物である。
Oh. Okay.
Wow.
They showed the sword in the stone last
Yeah, I
episode.
remember.
長いこと親父の寝室で飼われ病を得てからは馬小屋で飼われていた。
おいたましい。それにしても偉大なる血統最後の一人がデエンジンとの根血とは。
Yeah.
そこだよアッサー。根血だからこそだ。
That it'll work.
これはデエンジンに飛び込んでいる。
You can get them and
つ
them
まりウェー
together.
ルズはデンマーク軍内に俺という工作員を持つことになる。あのボンボを次のデンマーク王に仕立て上げれば
Yep.
俺も国政の要職に就ける。そうすれやウェールズへの不可侵条約を結ばせることすらできる。
Damn.
This dude is smart.
奴らにはこの地
Wow.
を踏み入れさせる。
He's trying to protect his homeland. Or part of his homeland, I guess.
恐れ入った。なんと大胆な。よくもそんな大風呂敷が。
Oh.
デエンジンの中で生まれ育った貴殿だ。
What
デ
god?
ーンの血よりアルトリウス公の血が常に勝ると言い切れるかね。
My gosh.
How's he gonna prove it?
俺はデンジンが嫌いだ。
Oh, no way!
断る。武器を手放すなどありえぬ。この国を通行する間、連中の捕虜になったふりをするだけです。
These guys can easily still beat them without weapons, so it doesn't
返さ
matter.
れます。
Absolutely.
それで彼らのメンツは保
Everyone's
たれ
got
ます。
secret mushrooms.
Yeah.
不
True.
思議でならん。なぜ貴様の部下は命令にホイホイ従うのだ。すごい。
I love his laugh.
これでも結構部下に信頼されてるんです。
For now, man.
おいトロフィー、お前もだ。
Eh,
ざけんなハゲ。
bald. What?
信頼か。
勘違いするなとんがり。
Conan.
ハゲの部下じゃね
よし、宣言再開。
Bjorn's gonna be an issue.
Yeah. That's gonna be the one combatant to Askeladd's.
Yeah.
エンジンだって。
Yeah.
Bah!
Just start barking at him.
Something Ragnar would do.
Exactly, that's what I hope they do.
見てんじゃねえぞ、食うぞこら。
We're gonna eat you. Can this kid talk?
Yeah.
Or is he mute?
見てんじゃねえよお姫様。
Princess.
言いてえことはてめえの口で言え。舌がねえのか。あ？
僕は
I gotta pee.
臆病で喋らないわけじゃないんだ。慎重なんだ。
What?
Has he never heard him speak?
いけないんだ。僕の発言には政治的な意味が生じるのだ。異国においてはなおさらだ。父王陛下のお許しもなく不可侵条約だの不快感の表明だのできるわけがない。
They're all listening. I'm cautious. I'm
Look at
cautious.
everybody, man.
そこそこマシな言い訳言うじゃ
Yeah,
ねえか
it's not a bad
おつ
excuse at
は
all.
足りてるようだな
Damn.
お姫さん
Princess.
この無礼者初めてだ今まで僕にこんな態度
No one's treated me like this before,
な
man.
らいい経験じゃねえか
発言を取り消せ大体
What? Ragnar's like, what? He's never talked.
わし以外のもの
Other than me. Okay. 3D.
Oh, that's awesome. That was great.
Sign the treaty. Dude, the music this episode is
Perfect.
top tier.
Perfect.
It's really good.
That part 2, season 1 stepping up a little bit
Yeah.
right now. Snow. Wow.
He's just like, oh, my hand.
I love when it says like this too, when it hasn't laid on the ground, so you get to enjoy the majesty of it all.
Yeah. The beauty of the
アシャラッ
fall.
トもっと早く進めんのか
The prince is gonna catch a cold.
雪に振り込められるぞたくうるせえな平気平気それもちゃんと考えてますって
He's gonna start getting sussed out.
ぐずぐずするな急に道が大丈夫だよ心配すんなアシュラットの判断に間違いはねえ
Man, if
See,
Bjorn
it's-
has to
It's
say
been
it,
like 3 or 4 episodes of his men not trusting him.
well,
starting to
Bjorn
lose.
has to
Yeah.
Bjorn has to reassure them.
Yeah.
I don't want him to get stabbed or somebody by one of these punks. These stories always fudge.
Oh god, the earlier episodes make so much more sense now.
Yeah.
But the past 4 are all making a lot more sense now.
Just real quick, because we can't play that for you guys. I like that outro.
Same.
I
It
love
was
it.
awesome.
That was
pretty
great.
dope.
Yeah.
Really good.
I'm very excited now.
Same.
I'm starting to feel like more. This is what I was complaining about. I don't even know if this is really on camera because I know you and I and our friend
We expressed
Caleb
it on.
expressed it.
Yeah. Our friend Caleb loves this show, and we were expressing how slow it can be sometimes, especially watching it week to week.
Yeah, but this episode, I will say, I felt like a lot of pieces moved, a lot of different like from like a little bit of a character development, from certain people's feelings about certain characters, to also like what is happening. Like all was kind of moving around, so it made me very excited.
Yeah.
Now, having something actually going on.
It's like one of those fresh air episodes where,
Yes.
it kind of like, one, it's a new section of the show, so new direction for where the characters are going with the start of this halfway mark going forward. Also having scenes that, like you said, going back on a rewatch will make scenes a bit more invigorating. I was talking about this. I think you and I were like saying that one episode with the ruins. You just watch Askeladd and you know he's talking about stuff, but like
Yeah.
it doesn't feel like
You
it
can't put
applies
your,
yet.
Yeah, you can't put a pin on it.
And I guess it's to its credit and also to its downfall of the first half. It's like it's hard when you're getting new to characters to do those kind of
To do
moments
the
so
mystery.
early.
Yeah.
When you're trying to understand who they even are to begin with. And then have underlying things about them, because I mean, who the heck is gonna guess that the leader of the Danes doesn't particularly like the Danes? Whether, I don't know if he's bullcrapping on that statement or not, and he's playing some long game, it doesn't matter. Knowing that that's how he feels now makes scenes like that a bit more layered, or like this, even just the moments like the past, like you said, the past 4 episodes, not really knowing where the hell Askeladd's head is.
Yeah.
Like he's just being this mysterious dude.
Yeah, like I almost had like taken it as like in the beginning I was like, man, is he like giving up on life? Like, is he hitting the last leg? But no, it's not that. It's more so like he's preparing himself for the new journey that he's going to be going into. Where like I don't know how long this plan of his has been in
motion.
how long has he been like working at the benefit of
Wales.
Wales or the Welsh
yeah.
people, like. How long has he been working for their benefit? And, like, is it just now that like opportunity kind of aligns? but it's just nice to like see all that in motion and like knowing that all of his conversation points of him like, you know, like it's like twilight, like a new day is coming, a new change to everything, and really like a change to his whole life. And honestly, I believe that he does hate the Danes.
Same.
Considering what he said his mom went through.
And the fact that he brought his mother, who was dying, back to her homeland.
But wasn't his mother the Dane?
No, his mother was the Welsh. That's why they...
Olaf, his dad, was the Dane.
Oh, okay. I was thinking
and he conquered...
I was thinking the dad was the Centurion. The Centurion was the guy from like 500 years.
Yeah,
Arturius.
What year are we in now in the show?
It's like
10th. Okay, so 500 some years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, so the mom comes from that guy's line. The Dane is just a guy we don't know yet. Some jackass.
He's
Olaf. That's a Dane
conqueror.
name.
Yeah. But
yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Olaf had kidnapped the mom and made him a concubine, or made her a concubine, and literally all she did was stay in the room and then was resided in the stable basically for her life.
Think of Hordaland. Yeah. I mean, that's his cousin, uncle doing the same thing that happened to his mom. Yeah. Damn, I wonder how he feels about that relationship.
Yeah. Well, he said he hates the Danes. Like I could see that he's smart enough to like live you know, but
get
deep
by.
down, and honestly, maybe that's also why he relates to Thorfinn so much because
enemy in enemy's country.
Yeah, in an enemy camp and enemy lands. I mean, who knows? Askeladd might have had the same type of thing where he wanted to kill. We don't know what happened to Olaf, so maybe he killed his father or something. But he really wanted to for such a long time, and he knows exactly what Thorfinn is going. Again, knowing that one fact has changed and where Askeladd wants to go has changed my whole perspective of the previous episodes.
Yeah,
granted, it doesn't change how I felt during those episodes, but now it makes the previous ones feel more impactful, important, and like eye-opening to every character's interactions. You know.
Yeah. I was gonna bring up what we were talking about at the Ruins episode, where we don't know where his head is at or what his intentions are, and I like that he's now. Where he's getting flushed out. His character's getting flushed out.
Or the explanations are occurring now.
Yeah.
Like, we now know, like, the reason he was hyping his men up for Ragnarok is really... The Ragnarok isn't for Askeladd, necessarily. It's for the end of, potentially, their legacy of what type of Vikings they are and what they're going to be going forward. If the Welsh takeover is successful and you can make the Danish men... agree to a non-aggression, which has failed for 3 decades or something. They had 3
agreements in 10 years, and the Danes have violated. But they were in England, not with the Welsh specifically.
Sure. But like but just the idea, the integrity of their people.
Yeah, the Vikings' integrity is shit. So we know that they're not going to uphold their word on that stance.
I love and hate these episodes because you can see the setup of something that is really exciting, and then they also are setting up the potential opposition with people like Bjorn. It just pisses me off already.
I was gonna say
we already got they're doing this thing. I hate these things.
Askeladd.
You can see it in the writing when a person like Bjorn. I said it freaking last episode when he was questioning Askeladd, and now at the end of the episode, it's like, oh well, he's now being the forerunner for the men, but that means the men are in Bjorn's side of things. So if Bjorn gets pissed off and like something happens, he can switch on a dime.
Well, in fairness, those like the 2 guys that we always follow that are always with Bjorn and Thorfinn,
the blondies,
they said that. You know, when they were like, did you know he spoke Welsh? And he said, no, he never tells me anything. Like, Bjorn had this, like, meh moment.
Yeah. I've been with him for decades.
I've been with him for decades. He hasn't told me anything. I don't know anything about him. And then the other guy said, well, what does it matter? He's a great leader. I don't care if he's not a Dane. I'll follow him.
As long as I get money.
As long as we're getting money and he stays a good leader, I'll follow him. So... You might have a split where it's like, maybe 50 of the 100 stay with Askeladd and Bjorn. Maybe Bjorn pops off and his little rage crew fight back. And, that might be where Thorfinn's divide ends up coming too.
Yeah.
Of joining up with him. But the whole plan is to get Canute in power and get
non-aggression treatment,
and get Askeladd to be in a high position of power, in good graces with him,
and to keep the Danes out of Wales.
Yeah, he doesn't, and it's like he doesn't want anything. Like he doesn't want Wales to necessarily conquer. He just wants them away from Wales.
Yeah,
which is kind of cool because like normally it's like I'm gonna take power and I'm gonna take over and then we'll have it all. Like he just wants to protect his people at the end of the day, and I think that really all stems from his mother's encounter of like he doesn't even want them. Not that he doesn't want. I mean, he didn't say this specifically, but like. Not even like intermingle or you set foot and cause another Welsh man or woman like strife at that point. Really great.
I wonder how all our characters will like come to a decision making process. Like how will Thorfinn feel about like when people start to get into the loop of what's happening? How will everybody feel? You got Thorfinn, you got people like Torkel. Like, how is Torkel going to feel about these situations when he's, like, as Dane as it gets in terms of the desire for conquest?
Well, do we think that they will become privy to this information? Because it's all a big hush-hush secret. Like, you know, even he didn't even want the Welsh people knowing his plan. You know what I mean? For it to get back to the Danes. Like, we might get so... Because, you know, the king, Swen, he doesn't look like he's in that great of health. So... You know, he could fall anytime in the season and Canute ascend to power. And then season 2 is like the actual realization of the plan and enacting it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like once, like if and when it happens, however it happens, say it does go according to plan, Askeladd does help Canute and they both get to where they want to be. How would our characters feel about that? Or even people like this Harold back on Iceland or Leif Erikson, people, Vikings who aren't necessarily... Conquest Vikings, like...
Yeah, I mean, I think the only people that are going to care are probably going to be Bjorn and Torkel.
One's from Norway, whatever.
Well, because Bjorn is going to feel probably betrayed and be like, why are we doing so much work for these people? They're not Danes. Because they've always felt, you know, viewed themselves and protected themselves with their best interest. And then Thorkel just wants to fight. So he's going to be like, ceasefire, fuck that. I'm fighting these people, you know? Yeah. Thorfinn just wants to kill Askeladd, so at the end of the day, nothing really matters. Like, this whole... He doesn't give a crap about who's Dane, who's Welsh, who's English, who's Anglo-Saxon, are you from Denmark or not, or Norway, where's my family? He doesn't care about any of that. He just wants to kill Askeladd. So at the end of the day, I think Thorfinn is just going to follow Askeladd enough to where he can get his revenge.
Yeah.
I feel like we might get a bond between... Thorfinn and Canute.
It's already started.
Yeah.
Even though they're like butting heads, making fun of each other.
Maybe he'll toughen them up some.
Honestly, I know this
Kid needs
dumb.
it.
I know this is dumb. This was my favorite part of the episode because we actually got to hear Thorfinn speak and not about killing Askeladd.
Yeah.
It was the first time he has had an interaction with a person that wasn't like, I just need to go kill Askeladd. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Other than the grandma and like the people that he interacted with in that town. But he didn't even really speak to them.
And even more so, we got Canute speaking.
That too. Yeah.
You know? We got the unspoken one to start talking. And their reason for doing so was because their words are so powerful.
Yeah. And like he had never been. He was like, no one's ever spoken to me like this.
Yeah,
how could he?
Ragnar's face was hilarious.
And he was like, what the? He's talking to someone that's not me.
He's gonna be jealous. He thought he was so special.
Yeah,
yeah.
And now Canute's just like probably gonna start to get comfortable
He's
with other
opening
people.
up.
Yeah, but so Canute had witnessed. I mean,
brothers and siblings killing each other.
Probably the whole Game of Thrones type of life.
Yeah, where just people are getting murdered in the halls.
Probably just chalk him up to being like a Tommen, honestly. A young kid seeing stuff that he's not really prepped for.
Like a bird. I mean, like if you just like...
If you weaken it, if you don't let it do what it needs to do.
If you just coddled a bird and didn't let it jump out and fly and figure it out on its own, like, it's just going to sit there and die because it's not going to be able to get food for itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, that's really what it boils down to. He needs to get out of his shell, fly out the mountain, the mother/father nest / Ragnar nest, and become his own person a little bit. Like that's just something I think for like most people's lives, especially you see that a lot with like teenagers too. Just like I feel like even more nowadays, just because of the way how like we just lack social interactions. But just like you see people that end up being like 16, 17, 18, and they just like don't even know how to like answer a phone, or they don't even have like the confidence to like go up to like the waitress and be like, hey, I got the food wrong. You know what I mean? Like that's such a like simple life thing that like if you don't have confidence and you don't know how to deal with people or talk with people, then like you just can't fucking do it.
Or all you do is watch stuff and you get your idea of how you think you're supposed to behave with people, and then you're just a jackass.
Yeah. Or
you just say the exact
jackass.
the complete wrong thing because you just don't know how to read a scenario. You know. So you gotta have interactions for things to like, it's crazy. Great. I love the atmosphere of this episode. Like
music, especially.
Like there was a one moment where you saw all the men on like the hill walking, and the music was. It was when the snow started to fall, and they actually took out the sound of what like the ambiance of what would have happened in that field. Like they took out the field noises or the wind noises, and all you heard was the music. Mm-hmm. And then they cut the music and put you back into the scenario. I liked that.
Yeah,
I liked the music when they were showing the map.
Yeah,
that was good.
Yeah. They just had like. I don't know. Even like I never really noticed the 3D, except for like the first fight.
Crown.
But I'm saying except for the first fight in the very beginning of the series, like I just never know. They did a 3D a couple times in this episode.
The crown and the horse carriage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So like, I just feel like they're kind of like taking more steps to make this more interesting, like interesting music choices or like how to like plug it in. The animation change up a little bit, the more progression of the story. Now I'm feeling good. I feel good. Like I feel like we're going in an upward path and not like just stagnant from like the quick high that we had in like episode 1 and 2.
It's the ambiance again.
They also, what they did? They also fixed the episode. Was my biggest complaint of the first half. They added competent characters talking to competent characters.
Yes.
One of the best scenes was the Roman centurion looking dude, the Askeladd, and then the Armin.
Acer,
whatever his name is.
Acer, Askeladd, and Gratianus,
Just letting them just like talk about plans that went over my head. They were talking and like I'm trying to dissect what they're saying. Man, this is great. I love being confused, trying to understand stuff. It's great when there's smart people on screen because dummies like me are just like, what?
Yeah.
Oh, I went from dummies like me, like Thorkel, to freaking great men trying to contemplate the next 5+ years of their lives.
Yes.
Also, there's something tough about like in anime or like in movies in general, they always go with like the badass who's got you got like Jason Momoa people who like obviously look like a badass and then they behave like a badass. I like the idea of like when you can flip on the switch and you can have a dude who's got that like bowl cut and could potentially just be a badass but doesn't look necessarily like it. Yeah. I like. This says a lot about a show when you're able to like have a look and then still break the boundaries of that look.
Yeah.
I love it. You don't have to have the caricature look of a badass. You can just be it because you are. Mm-hmm. I felt like that guy, I mean, he stuck up for his people.
Yeah. It was tough.
I also like the honesty in the conversation. They were like, dude, you shouldn't have gone so hard on us. We only have a couple men. You're going to make we have more men than you, and you're a couple hundred are going to make us look like idiots. Like, please. Like, I don't know. Yeah. I like that conversation.
Because it was all a sham. Like, at the end of the day. They were trying to, like, just make it a thing so they could get through. But, because they had to sell it, they still have to pretend like they fucking hate the Danes.
Great episode.
They do.
Great episode.
Yeah, solid. I'm excited.
Great start.
Upward trajectory.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Rising action.
Guys, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, hit the subscribe button, the comments below, the notification bell's right next to it, the Patreon's in the description. Y'all can get this 1 week in advance with all the other stuff we got going on. Or if you just want to support the channel, you can do that too. We appreciate you guys. We're going to punch it.
Boom!